So I was having a Twitter sort of conversation with Tiffany, aka the Wantar, about Caverna and how it's a monster that's full of wood and needs to be tamed with some kind of custom storage solution. She posted hers online and said the box fits snugly. I said mine has a slight rise. Innuendos ensued, and then an idea formed that why don't we make videos of our custom storage solutions and share them online, and perhaps if they're interesting enough they'll be on the Spooning Meeples video. So here's a look at how I store Caverna and a couple of other games to give you an idea of how things fit in the box. Could be massively exciting, could be a flop. Anyway, let's go and have a look at Caverna first. So here's the Caverna box, and if we take a careful look down the side here, and well, it's not bad, but it still rises slightly. So let's have a look inside the box, shall we? So here's the lid off, and we have the instruction book, and we have the errata, or the appendix that came, nothing exciting. Score chart, won't look at that, it's embarrassing. Some laminated sheets that aren't part of the game that show you the tiles. Then we have the main board, the second main board, another board. This is essentially all the stuff except that. That's all the stuff there to play 2 to 4 players, I think. Anyway, down the side there is the building boards, and tucked around the side here is extra playing pieces. So there, for example, is bagged some cows and extra fields and things. The rest of the player tokens, they're players 3 to 7. Mostly played as 2-player. And then we have one discount store Plano style box. Then we have another one, and there's the extra caverns. Here's the cards, the player pieces for blue and red, start player marker, some more extra stuff. Here's the piece for more players, stored down the side there, that's for 7 players. Then in the bottom there is a whole load of player boards. And there's an empty box. Right, let's have a look inside the Plano boxes, shall we? So here's the first one of the 2 sort of discount store Plano boxes. And as you can see, you've got fields and caverns. And then you've got the main caverns there. Some extra caverns and fields there. And enough fields in this one. In here you have the ore mines and field fenced pastures, and then we have the various types of furnishing split up by type in these 3 boxes here. This one should be all dwellings. So there's a dwelling. So that's everything needed for sort of furnishing caverns and fields. And then you move into the other box where we have all the corn, and that is all the corn. All the pumpkins, that's all the pumpkins. Food, that's not standard food, but there are also, if you dig down far enough in here, the standard food tokens as well. These are from Meeple Sauce, I think. Anyway, stone, that's all the stone. Wood, That's all the wood. Weapons. Now these are a bit annoying, so they come out and they're arranged just by the table. Money. If money fit in there, it'd be better because weapons would be easy to get. Sheep. That's all the sheep. Dogs. That's all the dogs. Pigs. That's all the pigs. Cows don't all fit in here. I showed you a pack of cows earlier, but there's plenty there for up to 5 players. Donkeys. Delicious rubies. And ore. So that's how I store Caverna, and it works really well because you can just grab what you need and it's all in logical places. And now I've got to put this all back in the box. So I'll do that and I'll be back shortly to talk about other games. So the other variant in boxes where the plainer style things might not fit or might not be suitable is this. Bags were appropriate because it's no point putting this reed in it. And then we have, these are from the pound shop, thrift store for you American people. And they just store animals or whatever. They're the X is for expansion because that's the Agricola. All creatures, big and small. C for cows. S for sheep. And P for pigs. That's what happens in other games that don't warrant a full plainer box. But if you have a ridiculous sized box, like this giant Concordia box, well, that just happens to be perfect for one of these, which is just like Caverna. Look, we've got A, B, C, all the food, all the player pieces, brick, food, cloth, wine, tools, pieces for the board, money, 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 money. Perfect. Just pop that open and you're ready to go. So that's it. One last thing I'm going to show you is how I store my X-Wing stuff, which is quite fancy but still has some frustrations. But this is essentially the 2 ways I do games. There is, I think, only a couple that have their actual insert in. One's Taj Mahal and the other's Arctic Scavengers. Everything else has this. Even the Lords of Waterdeep insert is gone. So there you go. So this is where kind of how my X-Wing miniatures live. These are on display, but when transporting they'll go in here, which is a KR multi-case, which is like Battle Foam, only readily available in the UK and cheaper. Let's take these models off and have a look on the inside to see what's going off in there. So the box has got the handle here so you can actually use it as a carry case. That works quite well. You can get various different options. I've gone for the basic cardboard because it goes in a rucksack. But you can get a plastic case, a rucksack itself, and a metal case at different prices. And they're essentially designed, they're all designed to fit. Just put that out of the way a minute. They're all designed to fit these modular options. So on the top, the range rulers and the range 5 goes because it doesn't fit. And then inside, I've got a tray of TIE fighters, and these will fit interceptors and TIE bombers and you can actually get a tray for the B-wings and some other big ships, but I've modified them by cutting off the foam at the top, and that'll fit a B-wing, the TIE Defender and the TIE Phantom. On the other side there is a tray which has got all the cards, more TIE fighters, space for the shuttle there, another TIE fighter, upgrade cards, the Hobbit ones. Not actually for the Hobbit game, but small cards. Some movement dials. And then, beneath this tray, which lifts out, we have movement dials, bases, tokens, dice. Beneath this one, we have space for the Millennium Falcon, which I don't own. In here, I've got an A-wing. And here I've got a Y-wing. these would hold more movement cards than things, but because I mostly play Empire, I don't need Rebel cases, so that goes in there. There's the slave. Anyway, there's some assorted junk, including the TIE Fighter. I don't know why he's in there. Space for more upgrade cards. And that's the last of the row there, but this one's a half height one. So if we pull this out, you will see that we have the range rulers, asteroid tokens and things, target lock tokens, and some more maneuver dials, and the damage deck. Can be frustrating to get things out sometimes. Great for transporting there, and the only problem other than that I have at the moment is I've got that many cards that I need to get binders for these rather than store them in there like that, so I can pull them out like the ones you'd use for Magic the Gathering with pockets. So there you go, that's how I store my X-Wing figures and how I manage to keep my other games under control. Hope you found this mildly interesting, possibly. Anyway, it was fun to film. I like organising my games. It gives me a sense of it satisfies my borderline OCD. Anyway, and talking about that, I'm now going to pack all this lot away because I've got games there over there, and they're all over the shop. And I've got to put Concordia away. I've got to put this away. I've got to put those models back in the back on top of here and back on the display shelf there. So yeah, that's the next half hour of my life taken care of, just to record video for you guys. Oh, put my finger in it. So I'm done ranting now, and enjoy, and speak to you soon.